Did you know the first person ever arrested for marijuana in the U.S. wasn't some big-time dealer, but a 58-year-old man named Samuel Caldwell? Samuel Caldwell became an unlikely symbol in the history of cannabis criminalization when he was arrested on October 2, 1937, just one day after the Marijuana Tax Act went into effect. The Marijuana Tax Act was a landmark moment in U.S. legal history. Introduced by Harry Anslinger, the first commissioner of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, the act effectively criminalized marijuana by imposing strict regulations and heavy taxes on its sale. The law wasn't just aimed at recreational users, but targeted anyone growing, selling, or distributing cannabis, including hemp. For years, the U.S. government had been building a case against marijuana, fueled by racial and political motivations, often demonizing the plant through exaggerated media campaigns. The arrest of Samuel Caldwell became the first step in a long, punitive history of cannabis prohibition in the U.S. Samuel Caldwell wasn't some infamous criminal or drug kingpin. He was an ordinary 58-year-old man living in Denver, Colorado. In October 1937, Caldwell was caught selling a few joints. Nothing that would raise eyebrows today, but the timing couldn't have been worse for him. The Marijuana Tax Act had just been passed, and Caldwell became the unfortunate first target of this new federal law. On the day of his arrest, federal agents raided Caldwell's apartment and found him with several pounds of cannabis. He was charged with illegal distribution and possession of marijuana. At his trial, Caldwell didn't stand a chance. The newly enacted law was designed to make an example of people like him, and the court wasted no time in delivering a harsh sentence. Samuel Caldwell was sentenced to 4 years of hard labor at Leavenworth Penitentiary, along with a fine of $1,000. His sentence was severe, especially considering the nature of the crime. But Caldwell's case wasn't really about justice. It was about sending a message. The U.S. government wanted to make it clear that cannabis was now a serious offense, and they chose Caldwell to make that statement loud and clear. While Caldwell himself didn't become a famous figure, his arrest and conviction set the stage for decades of cannabis criminalization in America. His case represented the beginning of a harsh and often racially biased legal approach to cannabis, one that disproportionately impacted minority communities. Caldwell's arrest was just the start. The Marijuana Tax Act paved the way for the broader war on drugs, which escalated in the decades to follow. This single law led to countless arrests, incarcerations, and the demonization of cannabis users. The arrest of Samuel Caldwell became a defining moment, not just for him, but for the millions of people who would be criminalized in the years that followed.